Today on the program, Healing Hands Protect Health of Kazakhstanis, or how one person can seriously change the entire direction in the health sector. Today there are tens of thousands of different professionals, but there are special ones among them which not only have just an occupation, but a vocation. One of them is to heal people, help preserve their life and health. The heroine of today's program not only heals, but also teaches how to help yourself and others. A doctor, a PhD, a MPH in the beauty industry, and founder of a unique school of massage art, Larisa Kaibirova is known today far outside of Kazakhstan.
Когда я была маленькая, наверное, не очень маленькая, это в 10 классе.
I had a dream to fly in space, and initially I wanted to study in high aviation school. Anyway, I wanted to look at Earth from space. Then I dreamed about being a teacher, to lead people, to do something for them. Maybe now it would sound silly.
Комсомольским лидером, я была комсомольским лидером. Хотелось вести людей за собой, что-то делать для них.
But when I studied in junior school, my father died. He died very early, and that time I wanted to be a doctor. Before my self-development, I wanted to be a doctor, and I had the best medicine box that a 10-year-old girl could ever have.
Самая лучшая аптечка. И у меня действительно была самая лучшая аптечка, какая может быть у ребенка 10 лет.
Larisa went toward this dream purposefully and consistently. She brilliantly graduated from one of the most reputable medical institutes in the USSR. At the same time, she was working in one of the busiest medical fields.
Вся моя последующая жизнь была связана с реанимацией. Я 15 лет проработала в реанимации.
My whole life over the next 15 years took a sharp turn and was related to the intensive care unit. Where I was a doctor, I studied at the residency. Then in graduate school, and at the same time for 5 years, I was in charge of the intensive care unit in the scientific department of intensive care at our institution. Though the institute was called SRI, there was no Republican hospital in the country. That's why all children in critical condition were brought to us from everywhere. When you are face to face with death in critical condition, whenever one is between life and death, then you decide to do something that would prevent children and adults from being in the intensive care unit. Preventative measures and rehabilitation had become the meaning of my life since life made me come across with death.
В состояние реанимационное. То есть для меня профилактика и реабилитация вообще стала смыслом жизни.
Being one of the leading experts of the Research Institute, Larisa Konstantinova led serious scientific work, research that she made at that time defined her future life.
Диссертация у меня была по обструктивному синдрому у детей раннего возраста. И наряду со всеми
My thesis was devoted to children obstructive syndrome at early ages. The most effective of treatment was massage rather than injections and infusions. Because 3, 4, or 5 times a day we used to dewater bronchus and lights of children.
Это был такой вибрационный массаж, и без этого мероприятия, без этого массажа у нас, в принципе, и не проходила ни одна спасительная операция, спасательная операция. Поэтому, когда уже вот пришло время...
The operation was not held without vibratory massage. Therefore, it was a time when you wanted to create something efficient, without any injections and hormones and medicine. What else can I do with my hands? And I started to learn massage. I mean, massage is a serious approach that could seriously work during the rehabilitation period for health and beauty in general.
Могут работать на профилактике, на реабилитации, вообще на здоровье и красоте.
She graduated from courses in therapeutic massage, got her specialization in acupuncture, Suji therapy, Totgen therapy, and Chinese massage. And she began to work as a masseuse who constantly searched for new recovery methods and applying every method as a therapist.
Я стала преподавателем вообще в медакадемии. У меня был...
I became a teacher in the Academy of Medicine and taught my special course titled Therapeutic Massage Bases, my author's course. While learning massage and putting all patterns of this puzzle together, we got a system which says that many things can be cured by massage. For example, prevention of bronchopulmonary diseases as well as cardiovascular ones, even changing the psych-emotional mood of a patient.
Сердечно-сосудистых заболеваний, смена психоэмоционального фона.
Very quickly, the name Larisa Kaibirova became known in international circles of specialists in manual therapy and massage art. Her unusual approach, creativity, and efficiency techniques were appreciated at the first World Championships in massage, where our heroine took part.
Мы жили тогда в Киргизии, и я была на этом чемпионате, и у меня массаж назывался...
That time we lived in Kyrgyzstan. I participated in this championship and my massage was called Isikul. It was made by hot pearl lines. I received a prize at professional mass media and PR. Ilya Mushkin presented me that prize. It means I was met with approval at the professional level. And further, it was trips to Moscow, Israel, Turkey, and other international meetings.
Дальше были поездки и в Израиль, и в Турцию.
But one thing is work of a practitioner, and quite another thing is to create a health management center, and probably the most famous center in the field of massage art today. It requires extensive investments in infrastructure and equipment, and a lot of work to build the team.
По жизни трудности – это всегда возможность.
Any difficulty in my life is an opportunity. That's why I've never had a moment to give up. It is impossible to give up on people. Life difficulties are always opportunities. I always tell my girls I work with, don't imagine difficulties like a desert. Just imagine them like stairs you step up. The upper you are, the more difficult to go. Because when you step up, you are always balancing because one leg is always higher up. The moment when you stand on both legs is very rare. You're always balancing between stability and instability, and then you move up. That's why difficulty is like a stair on the way of becoming wiser, better, more experienced and going forward.
Мудрее, становимся лучше, чему-то учимся.
Education in the school of Kaibirova is considered prestigious because of the high levels of teachers who are invited from around the world. This is an ongoing process because our heroine is sure that without the constant growth and development, to be a professional is impossible.
Мы стали приглашать к себе преподавателей из Израиля, с Украины, с России, ну, самых лучших. То есть
we began to invite trainers from Israel, Ukraine, Russia, in general, the best ones. The meaning is if it is interesting for me, it would be interesting for others. First, we had an exhibition in Bishkek. Then, since 2007, we presented our school in Almaty. We're growing. In a few days, we're going to the first Moscow International Contest, where only schools of massage art will be present. We're representing Kazakhstan. I am very glad to present Kazakhstan at the contest of massage art.
Я очень рада, что мы представляем Казахстан на этом международном форуме школ массажного искусства.
But today, the representatives of Kazakh schools of massage is not just adequately participating in international competitions and congresses, but also organizing international events in Kazakhstan, which attracts leading experts from around the world.
Задача моя вообще – это задача просвещения. Просвещение в кабинете, просвещение...
Actually, my task is enlightenment. Enlightenment in a little room, Congress, enlightenment during my lessons, and that's why I think that enlightenment is the same thing wherever it goes, either for one person or a big Congress hall. When you have something, you share it, and everybody around you catches this condition when you want to share. If you learn something new, you share it with your clients. Further, you share it with your students.
Научился, делишься со своим клиентом мастерством. Дальше научился, уже у меня многие ученики, они не просто делают массаж.
My students are not just students. My school symbol is a sunflower, and all my students are like seeds of the sunflower. Certainly, new business will grow from the seed. I can say that I have many students who have started with me and now have their own massage salons. Step by step, they teach their students. I mean, this condition is gaining popularity.
имеют свои салоны, потихонечку они начинают учить своим методикам. То есть это заразно.
Once the father of our heroine identified her choice in profession and what she would do in her life. Her mother gave her the most important lesson, how to do all that you do.
Она меня научила любить. И вот это самое главное, что...
She taught me to love. The most important is to love. To love your children, love your clients and colleagues. It is what you pass on every time. The most important value of mine is my family, because my family is my comrade in arms and children. We all work together, we have one business, and we're all doctors with a very good education. By the way, my son graduated from the Institute of Medicine with honors, without a single B.
Причем с очень хорошим образованием.
A proverb says, do things you love and you will not work a single day in your life. Larisa Kaibirova doesn't separate her life to things she loves, business and leisure.
Но вне работы меня привлекает работа. И если я что-то коллекционирую, то я коллекционирую массажи.
Out of work, I am always attracted by work. If I collect something, it is always massages. I mean, if I go somewhere, first I am interested in what people can pass by their hands. This is my main goal or dream.
Мечта, цель. И как только... И с другой стороны, это вот... Мне еще очень нравится коллекционировать ощущения, впечатления. И впечатления мне хочется... Я люблю эти ощущения.
And also I love to collect feelings, associations. I like the atmosphere of holy places. Whenever I go, I want to visit places where people pray for a long time. For example, 100 or 200 years and even more. I know that I go back from there renewed.
1000 лет и может еще больше. И вот я понимаю, что ты всегда оттуда приезжаешь обновленный.
Today, the plans of Larisa Kaibirova cover the expansion of the school for the whole of Kazakhstan. Let its affiliates represent a kind of rehabilitation centers working with the prevention of diseases.
Мне нравится это слово. Легче предупредить, чем лечить. И мне поэтому хочется расширения просветительской деятельности.
I like saying it's better to prevent than to cure, and I want expansion, enlightenment activity in order that cosmeticians work with people, with their faces to make fewer injections, and more to make by their hands. It is very important.
Чтобы были центры управления здоровьем. Потому что, знаете, любого ребенка спросишь, болит голова, он ответит.
I have a dream to have health management centers because, you know, if a little kid says that he has a headache, we used to tell him to take analgin. If he says, I hurt my knee, we always say, rub fastum gel. And if you're asked what to do in order not to have the pain, just silence. I want to give more education for people and more prevention and rehabilitation skills.
Для людей и больше профилактики и реабилитации. Просвещение о том, как быть здоровым.
Successful people make others be successful. Many students of Larisa Kaibirova today have their own centers and salons, where lessons help people become healthier. Her techniques were adopted by foreign experts. Her advices are appreciated in many medical centers. And her healing hands have become a symbol of the industry in Kazakhstan.
Успех еще весь впереди. Вот когда нация...
What kind of special success? You just live and are glad to do your best. If you can just do it, if you can do it better, then teach others. I think the success is in future when the whole nation will be educated and everybody will know what to do in order not to be ill. And when my dream will come true. I mean when health management centers, not medical centers, will cover the earth like blowballs in spring. It will be a great success. Yet, you need to do what you can, and that's all.
Все, что рука твоя может делать, делай, и все.